hate this too, Joe. Hi, my name is Cheryl Goubert, and last week they screwed it up too. So I've been called a goober most of my life, and after last week I'm now being referred to as Gooey Bear at work, which is fine. It could be worse. It has been worse. I drive a school bus for a living. That's why my shirt right here says, "You can't scare me," because I drive a school bus. When I was 12 years old, I decided that we were nothing but a bunch of punk-ass kids, and I couldn't understand for the life of me why anybody, as a grown adult with the freedom of choice, would want to have any of those around them as an adult. So I decided that I wasn't going to do that to myself, so I decided not to have children, and I just don't care for them. And then I ended up being a bus driver. You can call it a cruel joke from God, but no, I made that choice all by myself. I don't mind driving a school bus because at the end of the day, when I go home, I feel extremely validated over the choices that I made. Hanging out with a busload of middle schoolers can be an interesting event. They're no better today than they were when I was a kid. I'm telling you, they're just as big of punks as they ever were. The only problem I have today is that I don't know what they're saying. It's hood phonics. I haven't figured it out. And if I saw their text on their phones, that's for sure. No wonder they can't pass a spelling test. I don't get it. My very first day driving the middle schoolers here in Colorado Springs, I decided that I really needed to make sure that I had a grip on these children, because otherwise they were going to run me over, and at my height that's not hard to do. So my very first day, I'm driving the school bus into a parking lot that I had not been in yet in training, and I followed the arrows on the ground like a dumbass. Nobody told me that that's not how we do it. So I followed the arrows, and I get halfway around the corner, and from the back of this bus with 60-some children, I hear, "Yo-ho, that's the wrong way." I just stopped the bus. I'm thinking, this is going to be that moment. And I looked into the mirror, and I knew that there was 60-some children back there, and none of them were going to tell on anybody. So I informed them that, I picked up my little microphone and informed them that I might not know where I'm going, and this may be my first time driving them all, but I was pretty sure that didn't qualify me for Ho. Driving a school bus does not qualify you for Ho. So we reached our understanding, and driving the kids can be an interesting event. It can be extremely painful. They were teaching them something about racist and prejudice, and I don't know exactly what all they were being taught, but every time somebody said something in the back of my bus, I'd hear, "That's racist. That's racist." And I listened to that for about 3 days, and I'd had my fill, and I picked up my little microphone, and I said, "Yo, you guys need to go home and look up racist. And then you need to look up prejudice, because I think you got it all wrong." So the next day, here they go. One says something, and another one says, "That's racist." And I'm like, you know, this isn't going to work. But one of my loudest, most obnoxious, biggest pains in my butt proceeds to go, that was prejudice. I looked that up last night." And I'm thinking, whoa, I got a moment of pride here. I got a child who actually looks in a book. Yeah, all righty. So I picked up my microphone, and I told her how proud I was of the fact that she actually went home and looked in a book. And I proceeded to tell the rest of them that, let me explain to you the difference between prejudice and racist. Racist is when I say, I don't like any green-eyed children. I just hate green-eyed children. Prejudice is when I say, I hate all children. I am not a racist. I've learned a lot where I work. Children not only teach me a lot, but I learn a lot from the people I work with. I thought at 50 years old, I had a birthday, 51 years old, that I knew all the names of all the male anatomy, and the mechanics have informed me that I have been mistaken. Yes, they have informed me that there is a part of the male anatomy. It's this thing here. Oh, God. This big old belly thing. It's called a dicky-doo. And it's a dicky-doo because it sticks out further than his dicky-doo. I felt bad for him. His belly's not that big, really. But I did go into the office and I informed our student liaison, who, by the way, has one incredible dicky-doo. I patted him on his belly and I told him what a fine dicky-doo he had, and he just looked at me like I had lost my mind. And I said, you know, I've been told that's a dicky-doo because it sticks out further than your dicky-doo. But now that I think about it, if that don't stick out further than your dicky-doo, I'm scared to death of you. Yeah, well, and I was, too. Everybody seems to have their own names. We've got a mechanic who has a very fine butt, and I am not afraid to tell someone that. I've told my boss I am a butt connoisseur, and I've looked at every butt in the building, and if it's a nice butt, I'll look at it every time it goes by. And then I had a moment of fear that she was going to ask if I looked at hers, and if I looked at it more than once. But she didn't, and I was grateful. But I made a comment about the mechanic's butt while he was bent over at the soda pop machine trying to pick up a pop, sitting at a table full of women, and I said, look at the pockets on that boy. There's some fine pockets on the back of those jeans. He is now called Hot Pocket. He used to turn really, really red about that, and he finally started untucking his shirt because he just couldn't take it. He just doesn't like anybody to look at his butt. But I, being who I am, I'll walk by and pat it on occasion just to watch him turn 6 shades of red. Start shooting red. Yeah. I do believe that's my time, folks. Thanks. Appreciate everybody coming out.